Why are you so far away from me? I don't like it. Scooch half an inch closer to me.
Good morning, guys.
Immediately.
Half an inch?
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
Nailed it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Morning Show.
Good morning!
3rd, 2017. That's right, it's August already. This year has just flown by. At times it felt like it was an eternity, and at times it felt like it was the fastest year ever.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's very exciting for all
We're
of us.
closer to 2018 now.
We are, and you know what? I have this weird thing where I don't know, like I have to look back. But I feel like the even years are better for me than the odd years, right? It's kind of like
Really?
Fast and Furious movies, where I feel like, you know, or like, you know the original Star Trek movies starring Captain Kirk and the Spock? Not the new ones, but the original ones, where like the even ones were always better than the odd ones. Did you ever know? You ever
Never
draw
watched
that,
them.
Carol? So, the first one was super boring. The second
Okay.
one's Wrath of Khan, which is arguably the best Star Trek movie ever made. The third one's A Search for Spock, where they just, for whatever fucking reason, couldn't afford Kirstie Alley. So they brought in some fucking poor man's Kirstie Alley to come in as her Vulcan character.
What did King Kong
which was
do
lame as shit.
in the universe?
King Kong, not in that universe. Not in that universe.
Wrath
But
of Khan?
there is a point where they fight a god, and that's a number 5, and that's stupid as well. For The Voyage Home, they go back in time to get
just a road
whales,
trip?
and it's amazing.
Oh,
and it's shot in San Francisco.
I've
and it's
seen that
beautiful.
one. I've seen that one. Yeah, I have seen that
Oh
one.
my God. Welcome everyone to the show. Of course, the spiel. This is the Kinda Funny Morning Show where each and every day at 11 a.m. Pacific time here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, we go and run you through the nerdy news you need to know. It's where the hot boys are popping and the hot coffee is a hot. Did I get it?
It's where the pop culture news is popping and the cute boys never stopping.
Never stopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way it goes.
I appreciate that.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Of course, if you're watching this with us live, thank you. Thank you for joining, and we hope you're a sub. If you're not a sub, you should be a sub. If you're watching this pre-recorded because you live in jolly old London and it's too late for you or too early for you to watch this, I don't know how time works. You can, of course, get the full thing on YouTube every day. We post it as soon as humanly possible. But if watching things isn't your thing, because you're always on the go, and you're like, I don't want to look down at my phone because if I do, I'm going to run into the person in front of me and they're going to sue me.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be my entire life just down the fucking drain because of the Kinda Funny Morning Show. Well, we're on podcast services everywhere as well. You can hear all your news if that's how you... I like to do that. I like to drive around. I like to listen to podcasts. I don't listen to our podcast because I'm on it. I know what happened. Why would I?
Yeah. I love listening to podcasts on the road.
You like listening to the podcast?
It's just, I mean, I'm not our podcast.
No, God, no. God,
I used to back in the day, though.
Well, when you weren't on the show, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Now you hear them all being pre-recorded. So
Couldn't give a lesser shit.
couldn't give 10 shits.
Yeah.
Could not give.
You know what I
10
hate? When
shits.
people say, I could give 10 shits. That just means that
means you would give 10 shits.
You would give 10 shits.
Like when
for
people
it.
say I could care less,
Yeah.
that's not the saying. It's
It's
I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not.
One of my
give a
big
shit.
pet peeves, Nick.
That's a good pet peeve to
Yeah.
have.
We're learning more about each other as we
We
go
are.
on.
I feel like we've become fast friends. It's
Cool,
over
Greg,
the
how you
last
doing?
8 months.
I'm Big Chillin'. How are you?
I'm great.
We're great.
Hells
Thanks for running the
yeah.
show today, Cool
Yeah,
Greg.
thanks, cool, Greg.
You're doing a great job.
Kevin's busy.
A few housekeeping things right now. Of course, Kinda Funny Live 3 is out. It is available for everyone. It is free. It is on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/kindafunny, and you can see it there. Tim worked very hard to put that edit together. I think it came together well. It's one of those things where I don't like watching myself all that much, but we went
Sure.
through and watched it again with the subscribers 2 Sundays ago, and I was like, you know what? This is a fun fucking show.
Sure
It's
is,
a great
huh?
show. And the best part about it is seeing, like when you're there, it's kind of a blur, and you can see people in the audience that are like 2 feet, 2 or 3 feet in front of you, but the rest of it's like lights and shit, and you
Yeah.
can't really see what's going on. Going back and watching it and seeing everyone in the audience,
Yeah.
and being able to spot people out, that was super fun.
Like, there's Alex O'Neal, and then,
yeah.
look, Alex O'Neal.
Yeah, fucking Alex
then-
O'Neal's in every shot.
Alex O'Neal everywhere.
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's completely ridiculous. So that is live, and then our newest party mode is live. And Andy, which party mode is it that's live?
It
my
is
friend?
Cluster Truck, and it was a grand old time. It starts off a disaster, and
Right.
it just keeps staying that way. And I'm glad we were consistently disastrous throughout all of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people. So here's the thing. Here's one thing that I find really awesome about party mode is like every episode, there's always people commenting, "This is the best episode yet."
Yeah.
Which makes me feel great. The next one is not going to be the greatest episode yet.
Which one is
but
it?
it'll be ranked 2 or 3.
Which one is it?
Drawful.
Oh, the Drawful was great.
Drawful was a fun time.
Drawful is really great, and I know y'all gave a, like, yeah, I know you guys don't necessarily like those games, like the ones we have to think, But what was the faking it?
Faking it's
that
great.
Was fucking fun.
Faking it's fun.
That was so fun.
We have a second one recorded as well.
God,
so that'll go up
fun.
probably in the next month or so.
Was that the one where did the one come out already where I can't lie?
Yes.
God damn
yeah.
it.
Yep.
That was just the worst, man. That was the worst. What are people saying in the chat? Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Candy Andy says Viscous Chew. Gifted Dimes Dim 63 says I need to go back and watch that studio tour for sure. That's right, the studio tour is actually live today as well. If you guys want to check that out, of course, that was one of the tiers we wanted to hit on our giveaway stream, which we did. We said I think it was like 250 or something like that. If we hit 250 new or upgraded people on our Patreons, we would actually go through and do a proper studio tour video. So I grabbed a camera, I walked through, I showed people the lighting, how all this stuff works, what we see when we're filming with you guys. Cool Greg's control desk, and then of course, famous Greg took his shirt off twice. So there's that.
I did watch that this morning.
Did you have that go
I
for
didn't
you?
notice a noticeable omission from the video.
You weren't there?
I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So if everybody dislikes it, we know why.
The thing is this. You were like, hey, I can't come into work today because I'm having a mattress delivered or some shit like that. And I was like, all right, dude. But like,
It was a
I was
lie.
gonna film it.
I just wanted to sleep.
I was gonna film it the day before, but then Miller couldn't be here. And I was like, Andy or Miller? I mean, to be honest, I would have preferred you, but the
Founder
schedule
of the
just didn't-
company.
Well, cool
Guy.
hair, better hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough, man.
It is tough. It is tough.
It's a tough give or take.
It's very tough, give or take. Andy,
Hi, Nick.
how are you?
I'm good, man.
Let's go into the news. Let's go.
I'm
into
very, very
the-
sleepy.
Yeah, are you sleepy?
My alarms did not cooperate this morning.
Well, you've moved. How's the new apartment, by the way?
It's fantastic.
Great.
It's fantastic.
Now, you live
Big
with-
old bed.
You live with Barrett. You live with Pitts
Yeah, and Alyssa.
and Alyssa. It's great.
Good
I'm happy
stuff
for you.
Very, very tall ceilings.
You are. I'm jealous of you because I've seen the location. You're within walking distance of one of the only Taco Bells left in the city.
Aside from the one over there.
Well, that's way the fuck over here.
Yeah.
That might as well be in Timbuktu for Christ's sake. You know, I'm on the other side of the city.
And stay away from the one in the Tenderloin. That's the worst one.
Oh, dude, I drive by that every once in a while.
Oh, really?
I'm like,
It sucks, dude.
Okay.
Half time you go in there, like, oh no, we don't even got chicken.
you talking about the one on Polk Street? Is it on Polk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's terrible.
Yeah.
That's in a fucking war zone.
That's a heads up for all the kind of funny best friends. Stay away from the Taco Bell in the Tenderloin. So if we ever have another event out here, or if there's ever another PSX,
Right.
and you come out here to hang out with your friends, don't go to the Taco Bell in the Tenderloin. Which I feel like
Is
They-
4 blocks away from the Regency.
they probably
It's-
wouldn't
yeah,
have done
it's really
that
close.
anyway.
It's difficult not to go to that one. The problem with the Taco Bells are there is a let me just break it down for you.
Let me hear it, Nicholas.
Taco Bell, there is a thin layer of illusion that needs to be on every Taco Bell, right? You need to walk into a Taco Bell and it needs to be clean on the outside because you know the food is probably killing you, right? You know
Sure.
however they're prepping that food or whatever's going on behind there is not good for you, right? So when I walk in, I just want that little part of the little analytical part of my brain that I have to fucking smash down to just, in order for me to actually eat the food. There's like a part of my brain that's like, hey, this is not like fucking
Right,
great
right,
food
right.
for you, right? I need something to help me out with that. And the first line of defense is the cleanliness of the Taco Bell. There's a Taco Bell, I think it's on like PCH, that's like by the beach. Do you know the one I'm talking about? It's like on the beach, you can walk up on the sand.
Pacifica, yeah.
It's stunning. It's
So
stunning.
so far we have mentioned 4 different Taco Bells, but you're making them sound like they're fucking extinct. Like they're going
Well,
extinct.
the reason that is because there used to be one within walking distance of my house, and they
Oh.
shut it down and put a poke bowl in there because it was where all the homeless people would go to charge their cell phones. You would
the
walk
Taco
in
Bell.
and there would be 15 homeless people on iPhones just charged like, Larry sent me a text, it's funny. And it would be like Larry's balls.
Look,
you know?
look at this Bernie Sanders meme or some shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, everyone vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they shut that down, which was unfortunate. But there used to be one over by where we used to, Greg's old place where we used to shoot out of. There was one on 19th. I think they're still there.
We used to shoot at I just picture y'all like shooting heroin.
Oh, yeah.
In that area.
It was very much like that.
Just share needles.
Well, there were plenty of people who probably could have walked
The
out. and
70s
gotten
were a
some.
crazy time.
Hey, that's not funny. Ageism is the thing. You're shaming me for being old. Anyway,
dare
long
you.
story short is you can't go into those tenderloin. Like the one by you is a little sketchy too. The one by you walk in and they've got one of those things on the bathroom door that you have to put a quarter in, and like turn it to open it up. Like they charge you for that. And then there's also a sign on the one by yours that says, stealing Coke is a crime. Because I guess people just get cups of water and they're just like, we'll steal Coke. Well, I don't know how the fuck you do that though, because the thing's so small that the person could literally see you. But
Yeah, you
I
gotta
also
take a
don't
risk
know.
sometimes.
I really don't know if the person at the working the counter
Gives
at
a
Taco
shit that
Bell
much.
is really calling the fucking
No.
popo. He's calling 5-0 because you took a little squirt of the old fucking high fructose corn syrup. Let's go into the first news story. This is from Eddie McCutch over at GameSpot. It says Star Wars Episode 9 adds Harry Potter writer. A new writer has come aboard for Star Wars Episode 9, according to The Hollywood Reporter. British writer Jack Thorne has been brought on to contribute to the script. The first script was written by director Colin Trevorrow and Derek Connolly, from Safety Not Guaranteed in Jurassic Park. Sources told The Hollywood Reporter that a fresh set of eyes was needed for the script. However, the extent of the rewrites or changes is not clear. Thorne created a number of British TV shows, including The Cast-Offs, The Last Panthers, and National Treasure. Have you heard of any of those?
Last Panther is that Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's the one. National Treasure, Nicolas Cage. Great film. Great film.
Steal the Declaration of Independence.
That was the second one, I think. I think the first one they had to
Brings to the
fight
Declaration
the
of Independence.
Illuminati and find Jesus' kid.
We're gonna steal the Statue of Liberty.
God,
All of it.
actually, you know what? I'm not going to give those movies shit. I like the National Treasure. movies.
Dude, okay. Let's be
back up
let's
here.
be
Let's
real.
fucking break it
Let's
down,
fucking-
Because we're acting all high and mighty.
Let's pump the brakes.
We're acting like we're the fucking, like we only watch Dunkirk and pronounce it like that instead of the way you're supposed to pronounce it, Dunkirk, like a fucking American.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Danny calls it Dunkirk. He's like, oh, I gotta go to Dunkirk. Dunkirk.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like a European.
Let's fucking pump the brakes for a second.
Pump the
The
brakes.
National Treasure films are national treasures, okay? It's in the fucking title. They
The
are
only
good
thing
fucking
wrong
movies.
with the National Treasure films is that they're
There's
not
not
still
more of
doing
them.
that.
Yeah. Why do we
are we not on 9?
Why do
should
we
be
have
on
Transformers movies?
Yes.
We should have more National Treasure movies,
Fucking
man.
A, man.
Dude,
Like,
man, I'm right there
you know
with
why?
you, dude.
And here's why. Because whoever does the hairpiece for Nick Cage is probably out of work right now.
Yeah.
Either that or they're doing all of John Travolta's hairpieces. And they're like, this is fucking gold, man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's got a bunch of them. Like,
Business is booming.
Him, Tom Hanks, all these guys have these bad hairpieces that, like, there's got to be some poor hairpiece guy out there that's like, please let Nicolas Cage get big again so
Yeah.
that we can pretend that he's not bald, because apparently bald is not sexy, which is what keeps me up every fucking night when I
have to
notice my
steal
hair
the
is
White House.
receding more. We got to go steal the Pentagon. Fucking love it, man. I love it. Oh my God.
Good movies, man.
So I guess the thrust of this story is Thorne also wrote the stage play for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which I have seen, and it's really good. Not the best. Not my favorite Harry Potter story, but it's good. So we'll see what happens with that. Everyone needs to pump the brakes, though. Rewrites happen. These things happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all in good hands.
So, I remember hearing that Colin Trevorrow was working on this film and being initially worried because I did not like Jurassic World at all.
Really?
Right. And so I was immediately worried about it. But who is directing? Ryan Johnson is directing it, right?
Ryan Johnson directed 8. Colin Trevorrow, I believe, is directing 9. This is episode 9.
Right. I'm behind.
Now, Ryan Johnson, I have the utmost respect for, as do I have for Colin. Like, I think his last name's pronounced Trevorrow, but I could be wrong. I liked Jurassic World. I thought he did a great job with it. I thought it was fun. I thought he captured like the essence of what I wanted a Jurassic Park movie to be. Was it the exact same movie as Jurassic Park? Yes.
Well, they
But was
tried.
Episode 7 the exact same movie as Episode 4? Yes.
Right. Okay.
So,
wait. Whoa.
There you
Whoa.
go. So fucking A, Star Wars.
Sure, they were similar, but
Did you tell them?
I would say that. Oh, something's wrong.
Oh, the stream went down.
You gotta tell us that.
Wow.
I would say that. So, but we're still recording.
We're still
right?
recording though, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
I would say that.
It went down really hard, guys.
Force Awakens.
No, we're just gonna keep vamping on this while you guys do that.
I would say that Force Awakens is miles above Jurassic World. Don't get it twisted, Nicholas.
Oh no, Force Awakens is a beautiful achievement, and they did what they needed to do with that, right? Jurassic World, I would argue though that Jurassic World, the more important of the two films. I'm just kidding. There's no argument there. No. I mean, I don't want to compare the two. I liked both films. I enjoyed the shit out of them, right? Yeah, so Episode 7 had a lot more writing on it, right? I don't think anyone's really expecting a Jurassic Park sequel to be phenomenal, right?
Right.
People just go see it because they want to see some fucking giant whale-like dinosaurs eat T-Rexes or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's great.
I walked out of Jurassic World pretty disappointed.
Really?
I think just some of the writing, the decisions that some of the characters made were just really silly. What's up?
We're back.
So, I think we're back. I think we're fine.
Okay. Keep an eye on it.
About Jurassic World.
Yeah, what's your thought on this,
The
Kev?
ending of Jurassic
Come talk to us about Jurassic World.
the
Come in,
ending
come
of
here, Big
Jurassic
Kev, and talk
World-
about Jurassic World.
Stop.
Oh.
Stop. The
likes
ending of
it.
Jurassic World, I think, was the biggest problem because the ending of Jurassic World fit into the second or third movie, the second or third Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park,
Okay. And what
and
way?
like those were not the movies we liked. The ending of Jurassic 1 is fucking climactic. Yeah, the T-Rex comes and saves the day, but at the same time, it's just being a T-Rex. You know what I mean? At the end of Jurassic World 3, and spoilers for Jurassic World 3. You should
People have
watch
seen it.
by
If you
now.
haven't seen it by now, you're,
Jurassic
Park
you're
three.
effing up.
Jurassic Park 3.
No, at the end of Jurassic World,
One.
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. They all start with Jurassic.
Yeah. When like he convinces the
Blue, it's Blue, man. He's my boy, Blue.
Yeah. Like, no, that's not how it works. This is a wild animal.
The thing is this. I respect that, but some of the things that I don't like in movies is I don't like when the movie breaks its own logic, right? That's the number one thing for me. Like from a writing perspective, I just don't like when they set up the world and then they go, we're gonna break the logic of our own world right now, right? Just for me, it takes me right out of that suspension of disbelief. Jurassic World didn't even try to set those rules up. They didn't even try to set the logic up. It's a giant mega park that's around, and who knows? Because these dinosaurs, by the way, have killed, in 3 movies, hundreds of people at this point have died because of these dinosaurs, but yet they still have this amazing park going on.
But the thing is, like,
I don't know if it's 100, maybe 10.
Chris Pratt's character did set it up where he was like, "Hey, as much as like I seem like
Yeah.
I'm in control,
Yeah, I'm
it's
not in control.
These are wild animals.
Yeah.
You can't control them."
But he was the
And
alpha.
at the end of the, but like,
He was the
no,
alpha.
the giant fucking raptor was the alpha.
Yeah.
That thing was the.
Here's what I didn't like about it.
Chris Pratt went like this, ho! And it was awesome. Ho! That's a little, that's from Crocodile Dundee, sorry. I like to do that.
I just felt like when you watch Jurassic World, you walk out saying, "Hey, that was kind of fun, right?"
Right.
But Jurassic Park was Jurassic Park was fun with substance.
Well, you have to also understand that you guys got to put it in context. Jurassic Park was
It's a phenomenal
the original.
movie. Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's a great concept.
But I walked
it's
out-
a great book by Michael
but I
Crichton,
walked
right?
out of-
The Earth. It's like what would happen if it really happened.
Yeah. I
The
walked out of
sequels-
Force Awakens thinking, "Holy fuck, that was phenomenal,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and it had no business being great because it's so hard to make a sequel to one of the best franchises of all time.
Right.
Now Ryan Johnson is making Episode 8, Last
Episode
Jedi.
8, correct.
Also directed the best episode of any episode in television history, Breaking Bad's Ozymandias.
Wow.
I can't wait, dude.
He directed
He's a great director.
The Brothers Bloom, a fantastic movie.
You know, that not my favorite of his, and I know this. I know this is not a popular opinion, but my favorite movie of his is Brick. Have you ever seen that
That's what
movie?
I've heard.
haven't seen it.
People on Twitter were telling me check out Brick.
Dude, it's very polarizing. You're either gonna, from the very get-go, you're either gonna be like, I'm in, or nah, I don't like this movie. It is a hardcore noir detective film set in a high school, where all of the characters are high school
Cool
students,
idea.
including like the guy who's trying to figure out who killed his friend, the drug dealers,
I
all
like
these
that
people are high
shit.
school.
That sounds good.
It's written in a very weird tone of voice that you just have to, like, a really weird tone because all the actors are not, like, this world is sort of, like, weird and surreal. Like, they all are, like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is, it's hard to explain. Just go in and be like I said, just accept the first, like, 10 minutes of the movie and you'll fucking love it.
So
I
it
thought
sounds
was
like
amazing.
polarizing is sort of his theme because he also directed the episode of Breaking Bad called The Fly.
Oh, God,
where
I
they're
hated that
literally
episode.
just in the laboratory talking and they're trying to get a fly out. And that episode, whenever I told my dad to watch it, I was like, just skip this.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch that episode.
Yeah.
So polarizing sort of seems to be Ryan Johnson's theme.
A lot of people are shouting out Looper. Of course, Looper, well, I think Looper was his most mainstream success, and a lot of people like that. I wasn't a huge fan of
I
Looper.
thought it was whatever.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
There was one creative choice made in that movie that I couldn't get beyond, and this is just my own little weird idiosyncrasy.
The little boy with the magic.
No, that I didn't mind. I didn't like
Not the magic.
the facial makeup they put on Joseph Gordon-Levitt to make him look more like Bruce Willis. I didn't think it was necessary, and it totally took me out of the movie.
Okay, gotcha.
It took me out of the movie.
So Barrett and I have this debate where he thinks that Looper's better than Arrival. And
I mean, I think you could probably have a debate.
I think he's a
about that.
madman because I think one movie is like an Oscar-nominated film that's very highly regarded, and one movie is just like an action movie that's just like kind of fun. You know?
Don't use the fact that something was nominated for an Academy Award to necessarily show its merit. I mean, let's not forget Crash won an Academy Award, and that movie was trash.
Which is a reply that I got back when I was talking about how great Game of Thrones is, because it's always nominated for awards.
Right.
But it's also, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so people try to one guy, I was like, okay, fucking straw man. Let's, I get it. You're picking, the one thing. It's like when people are like, oh, when people talk about women starring in roles and they're like,
yeah,
oh yeah, but what about this guy? And it's like, well, I mean, you're naming one other movie where a woman is starring in a role,
right.
You're picking from such a small.
It's true. I mean, but anyone who's going to argue that Game of Thrones isn't good is a fucking psychopath. Yeah. Next news story. This is a small one, but a good one. Sublime picks an Oscar-winning director. Oscar winner to direct a documentary about the band. The story reads: Sublime has chosen two-time Oscar-winning director Bill Gutentag to tell a story in a theatrical documentary detailing the Southern California reggae punk band's rise and tragic loss of lead singer Bradley Knoll. Gutenberg. I got Steve Gutenberg. You know why? Because he's on Ballers. He's in this season of Ballers. He's a fucking
dude. Okay, if you would have told me that he died 10 years ago, I would have believed it.
No, he's very weird. He plays this really weird character on Ballers, and for whatever reason, he's kind of jacked, and it's really strange.
Steve Gutenberg, good for you.
Shout out to Steve Gutenberg. Gutentag will write and direct the documentary, which will be released theatrically in late 2018, and will include rare and unreleased music from the group. The 5-time Oscar winner, a nominee, won the Academy Award for Best Short Subject Documentary in 1989 for You Don't Have to Die, and again in 2003 for Twin Towers. In 2009, he co-wrote Soundtrack for a Revolution, a documentary that told the story of the American Civil Rights Movement through songs, including new recordings of civil rights and freedom songs by John Legend, The Roots, Wyclef Jean, John Stone, and more. This goes on to detail a little bit more about Sublime, but I'm looking forward to this. I don't know if you were ever a Sublime fan, but growing up in Southern California, Sublime kind of defined an era in my life. And then
I used to cover some Sublime songs with one of my first bands back in the day.
So it'll be interesting. I've watched, I think I watched the VH1 Behind the Music on Sublime. I think that's the only documentary I've ever actually been exposed to with them. So I'm looking forward to more of a deep dive in this group because it's very fascinating. And again, it's one of those things where I was on the sort of the outskirts of it in Riverside, kind of watching this all happen in SoCal and just hearing that sound every time you go to a barbecue or anytime you'd be outside at a beach or something drinking beers, you would hear Sublime just defined that feeling from you.
Down at the pawn shop. Remember they had that one song?
Yes, I do. Thank you for that. And thank you for taking that genuine statement that I just had and driving it into the ground. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
That's what I'm here for, Nick.
You're right. Slick76 says Steve Gutenberg of Veronica Mars fame? Was he on Veronica Mars? No, Steve Gutenberg from 3 Men and a Little Lady and 3 Men and a Baby and Cocoon and Short Circuit. Oscar!
Wait, 3 Men and a Little Lady is a movie?
Yeah, they made 2 of those.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I was when you said that, I was like, Nick, that's not the name of the movie.
3 Men and a Baby is the original movie. They made a sequel called 3 Men and a Little Lady when she was
Interesting that you would name that one first.
It's just the first thing that popped in my brain.
It's the best one.
I think it's because we did a poll a long time ago of what's the best baby movie. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah, we got to get another poll going.
What was the answer?
I think it was Look Who's Talking, I think won.
Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Hey, Kush in the Bush. Sup, KFM.
Kush in the Bush. Next news story. This is from our friends Andrew Lizowski. Not too good of a friend, huh? I can't pronounce the fucker's last name. An old school Voltron set is coming to Lego. This is on IO9.
It's an inside joke we have. We're really close friends.
We like to fucking blow his name out. I like how we say we're close friends with all these people. I've never met any of them.
Andy, Lizzie.
I don't know anyone that works at GameSpot anymore. I don't really know that many people at IGN anymore, but we're all homies. Yeah. A little over a year after Len_D69's custom Lego Voltron set was submitted to the Lego Ideas platform, the toy maker has officially decided to put it into production after the fantastic model of the 5 transforming robots from the original animated series successfully received 10,000 votes of fan support. This is not, it's not much here. This is just fucking cool. When I was a kid, I always wanted the big Voltron set.
Sure.
And my mom was like, no. And I don't think it was because of the money, even though there was a cost associated with it. I think it just took up too much space, and she just didn't like it. Because you know what, when your parents just don't want to do shit, they come up with random excuses for why. And you're like, you just didn't. Like my buddy got you're too young for this, but there was a G.I. Joe. You could get the actual aircraft carrier, but it was, I shit you not, the size of this table. And my buddy Ryan had it, and then it became this weird eyesore in the house. In his house growing up.
It's like there's nowhere to put it.
There's nowhere to put it. Like you have to at some point just give up, take your coffee table, throw it outside, and use the aircraft carrier as your coffee table.
Gotcha.
/ ottoman because you can't fit it in the closet. That was this Voltron set for me.
Cool, Greg. Do you know anything about Voltron?
Nope, not at all.
Cool. Like Voltron was never a thing for me. So this was my Power Ranger. Power Rangers
Right.
was my Voltron,
Right.
where I wanted the giant Megazord.
Yeah.
I wanted all those pieces that fit in together. And again, it was like, I don't think I ever got it.
No.
But I don't know if it was a money thing. Now, one thing I didn't get, not because of money, was a drum set because it was too big.
Right.
And it was just going to be noisy.
And noisy as fuck.
Yeah,
and
noisy
annoying
as
shit.
fuck, yeah.
So that's why they got you a guitar, they got you headphones, and like, blam,
Now,
blam,
here's what I did as a kid.
kid.
This is legit what I would do as a kid. I would get pots and pans and cereal boxes and wrap them around myself, like
Yeah.
put them on the floor around me, like Neil Peart, because he has that drum set that's a 360.
Yeah.
And so I'd be drumming, then I would like spin around and jump on the other ones.
Yeah, Neil Peart was the shit.
He is the
He's
shit.
the one that like. Was he the one when they strapped him in and he flew like
No,
upside down? Or was
I think that was the guy from Slipknot.
No, I
Because
think he
Travis
just-
Barker from Blink-182 did it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Someone did it prior to that. Chat, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Someone in like the mid '90s or late
Mid-90s.
'80s did it.
Interesting.
And I want to say it was Neil Peart, but I guess maybe not.
No,
maybe it was
because
like.
part of his jump solo is on this section, and then he hits the button, and then it spins.
I just remember
and
seeing they had like a roll cage built around him, and he was strapped in.
Tommy Lee, maybe?
Maybe it was.
I
Maybe
think it was Tommy Lee,
Let us
maybe.
know in the chat. Keep your
Yeah.
eye on the chat.
And then his big dick was just hanging.
Oh man, that big
As
dick.
he
And
was
Pamela
upside
Anderson
down.
was just everywhere. She
Yeah.
was just everywhere in the 90s. Going into this is our next news story. Not much of a news story here. I just wanted to do a quick out in theaters this weekend. Is The Dark Tower, which
Oh yeah,
of course
people saying Tommy Lee.
stars. Is it Tommy Lee? It was Tommy Lee. Dark Tower starring Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey is
Not looking good.
looking good. It is not reviewing well, unfortunately. I'm still looking forward to seeing it, but I have to be honest, I like to believe that I'm immune to reviews, but when I see something scoring a 20, I'm like, maybe I'll wait for it to come on demand and I'll just rent it for $5.
Like, I still
instead of
want to see
spending $20.
Valerian.
I still very much want to see Valerian, but what's that at? 51? It's not bad. A 51% is a movie that I could be like, I could defend this. I could legitimately enjoy it.
Again, this is 51% of people saying it's a decent enough movie to go see. Right? This isn't a 50 out of 100 score, 51 out of 100 score.
Sure.
This is 51% of reviewers saying it's worth watching.
Worth watching.
Now, the people saying that it's not, the 49% could be saying, hey, it's a 6 out of 10.
Right.
5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is always like very, very weird.
But as much as you want to criticize it, it's a good like metric for
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't spend, because like you go to the theater, I'm gonna spend $20.
Yeah.
I gotta get that big popcorn. Well, not now. I'm on the
Giant cherry Coke.
I gotta get gigantic
Oh.
Diet Coke. I gotta find some almonds. And if you're gonna buy almonds at a fucking movie theater,
need
they're gonna be like
chocolate.
$34.
Cocaine.
Yeah,
Stay
cocaine,
awake.
exactly. Out also this weekend is Detroit, which I believe is the new Catherine Bigelow, John Boyega movie. Looks fucking intense. I definitely want to see that. I'm not certain what Wild River or Columbus are. Of course, Dunkirk, if you haven't seen it, you should see it in 70mm. It's fucking awesome.
I want to fucking see it.
And I'm super hyped, not for the Emoji Movie, which I could have told you looked like a giant pile of emoji poop, but for I want to see Girls Trip and I want to see Atomic Blonde. I'm still very excited to see those movies. I have a tentative date with my wife Friday evening to go and see Atomic Blonde, and then she was like, she has to do some stuff on Saturday, and I have to shoot some stuff with Greg on Saturday. She's like, I'm gonna go see Girls Trip, and I'm like, no,
Wait for me.
wait for me. And she's like, no, I'm gonna go. Well, my wife's just like this. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go do it anyway.
So John Boyega is in Detroit. Did you see the image of him from Pacific Rim that came out?
No, and here's why. I don't like Pacific Rim. I
Interesting.
thought the first movie was
That seems like a movie that you would say, I enjoyed it because you
Wing sauce.
Really?
Yeah, here's the problem.
Because you
Here's the
liked
problem.
Ghost in the Shell.
Here's the deal. Well, I didn't love Ghost in the Shell, but here's the deal. There's Nick, and then there's Nick plus the X Factor. Okay? Nick, by himself, will enjoy anything. Nick plus the X Factor of his wife, whatever the wife likes, like if my wife doesn't like something, she automatically knocks it down in my head 20%.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So she didn't
So-
like Pac Rim.
We went and I dragged her to see Pacific Rim, and it was one of those things where I was like, you're gonna like this movie, I think it's gonna be super fun. It's Guillermo del Toro, he's great, you think it's cool, right? We go and see it, and instantly I'm like, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. Because she does one of these. And then about midway through, she's like, you owe me so many movies. So many movies for this. So I think that like, it's the same reason why I stopped watching Psych with her in the room, because she would just ruin every episode. Not that my wife ruins things, it's just when you see someone who is a mature adult react to things, you start thinking to yourself, maybe I should be a mature adult also. And then you go, you know what, no, just get out, just leave the room and I can go back to being a child. And
I
like
see.
when you're, you know, When you're not looking, I'll play with myself. So it's a. I think we've had a good little run here of movies. If people haven't seen Dunkirk, you should. And Atomic Blonde looks fun as well. 76%, that's good enough for me to get. If it's above a 75%, I'm like, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
That's usually my metric.
Yeah, I definitely want to see both of those movies as well. I also want to see Emoji Movie just to experience it in the theater.
I don't know. The thing is this, I
know it's awful.
I saw some of the billboards to the Emoji Movie, and I actually took a picture of it, and I was going to tweet, is this where we are at as a society? And then I was like, that's negative, right? Maybe it's a genius movie. Who knows? Why am I judging a book before I've read it, right? Why am I judging this movie just based on preconceived notions? Like, you could probably write a fucking amazing Emoji Movie. But then I saw the reviews coming out for it, and I was like, no, I think my suspicions were correct.
Yeah.
Again, I reserve judgment. I will watch the Emoji Movie, and maybe I'll like it. But I thought I was going to like Sausage Party. I didn't care for that much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
But a lot
fan.
of people like Sausage Party.
A lot of people like Sausage Party because
okay.
it's a hard R animated movie, which I thought was a good concept. I feel like they just leaned too far into the dick humor.
I see.
But I guess when your movie's
Kinda like
called
we do.
Sausage Party, yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah.
If we don't lean hard into the dick humor, there's no way we're getting from 11 o'clock all the way to the Games Daily show. It's just not going to happen.
You're right.
Andy, let's read some motherfucking tips. Oh, you guys have been very generous this today. Our first tip comes from Charles J. It says, greeting, boys. I was checking out Brolin's cable workout and saw an image which reminded me of Nick. I politely request you recreate this someday. Let me bring this up and see what this is.
It's going to be him and his massive biceps.
He is so fucking big right now. Oh my God.
Jesus.
That is a big bicep.
That is a very, very Nick photo where he's like, the python's coming out to play or something like really creepy.
He's sleeping. Do you want me to wake him up?
No.
Do you want me to wake him up?
No, I guess.
Boy, do you want to go? Oh, he's up.
You're doing it, I guess. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Andy, pet him.
No.
Pet him.
I don't want to pet him. No. I'm scared.
Go back to bed. Go back to bed. No, no, no.
That's still going, I guess.
We'll put him back. Okay. Yeah, one day I will recreate that. That is I gotta follow Josh Brolin. Done. Just followed him.
Just followed him.
Josh Brolin just gotta follow.
Easy.
Him. Let's see how many followers he's got. Only 181,000. That's not. He's gonna have a lot more when he's cable. That's for sure.
I feel like
bad as
maybe
fuck,
people
though.
aren't aware. Like there needs to be an awareness.
Look
built.
at him in this fucking picture.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm putting this one in. Hold on. Cool, Greg. I'm throwing this in. You got to bring this up real quick.
You got to bring up this image.
Holy
I feel like we need to
bejesus.
spread the awareness that he's on Instagram.
Wow, everyone, go follow Josh Brolin if you want ultimate. I wish I could take pictures like this. Look at his fucking abs. Look, his arms are huge.
Ready for this?
Get
Yeah.
it. Get it. Look at this.
But he's got those weird abs where they're like weirdly shaped.
No, dude, they're fucking he's jacked. How dare you?
The abs look like whoever was sculpting them kind of fucked up the sculpt.
Right.
And then try to correct it.
Now I'm just going down the pipeline of all his amazing Instagram. I'm
Now we're
so
just-
excited.
Now we're just looking at photos
I'm
of Josh
so
Brolin.
excited to.
Isn't it bullshit that he's fucking Thanos and
No, it's fucking awesome.
Cable?
I think the more Josh Brolin works, the better, in my opinion. Our next tip comes from Jamie. It says, thanks for all the solid content lately and for always brightening my day. Day off and glad to watch live. Here is a potentially fun clip for today, only 15 seconds long. Love you. Cool, Greg, are you seeing these? Go in there, watch it on your own. If you don't think it's good, we will not watch it. If you do think it's good, we'll give it a shot. How the hell would you say that?
Shrizlev.
Shirzlev says, hey guys, Nick, thought you might get a kick out of this list, particularly Sofia Coppola's number 5 pick. Keep up the great work. And he's given us a list of movie directors' favorite movies.
I like hearing that shit.
That does sound kind of fun.
I like when Edgar Wright was naming his favorite movies leading up to the release of Baby Driver.
He was like, yo, music movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what
Scott Pilgrim was number 1.
I'll go through this. This looks cool, actually. I'll look through this on my own. I won't bore everyone
These
with
are all
that.
recent movies. For the most part.
Sofia Coppola's number 5 pick was Under the Skin.
Daddy's Home. Are you fucking kidding
Oh my
me?
God, sorry,
No
I
way.
miscounted that. Yeah, buddy.
No way.
Says the only film my kids and I equally enjoy together. I love Will Ferrell. The movie is sweet and fun to watch with cracking up kids.
It's because kids have...
Maybe it's just because I'm a giant child. Do you ever think
Yeah,
about that, ladies and
maybe.
gentlemen? Next tip comes from John BX32. Says, dude, Andy, wake up. Donnie Daydreamer is my fucking jam. I really like that
wow.
song. Can you talk a little bit about Ambelina. One of your
Ambelina.
favorite songs. Everyone can go check out Andy's SoundCloud.
This might be the person who was on Twitter was like, "Hey Andy, what?"
Hey,
Like-
crashed again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus
We're
Christ.
still recording.
I think it may have been somebody on Twitter who hit me up and was like, "Hey, what? Is there anywhere I can listen to your old band?" So I sent him my
Right.
SoundCloud link. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about my old band. My favorite song's probably "But I Could Be Wrong," so give that one a listen.
Okay.
a
Next
fun
tip
one.
comes from a good friend of the show, Miss Movies. Brianne says, if you're going to talk
Hi,
movies,
Brianne.
I think I need to come up there and add my perspective, which is what you're missing.
Like she was on the Fast and the Furious one. Remember that?
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a contributor. Mm-hmm. If we had editors
Friend of
here,
the
she
show.
would be a contributing editor.
Really?
Kind of fun. I don't know.
Oh.
I just made that up.
Oh, you're making up
We
the
don't,
title.
I don't even know what an editor does. You know what used to be the most confusing thing for me, and I was so embarrassed to ask people? I come from the land of production, where an editor edits a movie.
Right.
And then they called the writers at IGN editors. And I'm like, aren't they writers?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't understand why that term is still used. It's misleading.
Well, I
and it's
guess-
wrong.
I guess
it's
in-
shockingly wrong.
I guess in the press world, compared to the world of film, those it's the same
if your
name.
goal, if your job in life
It's like a palindrome.
is to write things,
Mm-hmm.
you're a writer. If your job in life is to go through those writings and edit those things, aren't you an editor?
What if your
Because an
life?
editor takes things out and rearranges shit.
What if your goal in life is to fuck?
Yeah.
Then
You're
you're
a
just a
fucker.
Scarpino, baby. There it is. Boisterous is giving us a very nice tip. It says, birthday tax, 38 years old, great wife and kids, mortgage and sensible job. Life's probably made a man out of me, but I'm still a kid at heart. He said something in an old Irish proverb, which I will try now. Conolingal, cunnilingus,
There's no G there.
gonorrhea, sin, sicario, is what he said. It's an old Irish proverb.
Greatness
Stay
from
away-
great beginnings.
Right, exactly. Stay
Uncharted.
away from cheap prostitutes,
love
I think is what
Uncharted.
he said there. Mr. Yasman300 says, Nick, check this Iranian music video. In heavily features bongos, even behind the singer while he's singing. I'll check that out. And our final tip for today comes from Zrank91 says, paying my birthday tax to the guys who made me smile every day. Thanks for everything you do. We appreciate
Thank
that,
you
guys.
so
Thank you
much.
so much for all your tips. Let's call tips today. No mas of those.
That's 10 more bucks that I've made today. from
You
these
have.
tips.
Yeah, and we're actually going to, I'm meaning to talk to you about that. We're going to lunch today. We're going to need that $10.
Okay, I understand. That's fine.
That's the way it's going to go. Now is the time on Sprockets when we dance. We're entering in a section called P.S. I Love This Best Friend XOXO. Andy, this is your opportunity if you're out there in the ethos sphere and you think someone's doing a great job in our community to shout that person out. You can go to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and nominate someone that you think is doing a great job. Just like Joey Noel, our community
I've heard
manager
of her.
here, she's shouting out Sean Preston. She says, Sean's the homie for always posting the segment timestamps and Kind of Funny Games Daily YouTube comments. We appreciate that very much. That's actually something I wish we had more bandwidth to do, especially not on this show, because you know this show is what it. You don't really need timestamps. You gotta get this show from start to beginning. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
it's an
you need
ex-
the full effect.
It's like the
like Captain
Marvel
EO.
Cinematic Universe.
Exactly.
Like it's all you could just watch it whenever. There's no order to anything.
No, you got to watch the whole thing from start to finish.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Sean Preston. Thanks for being awesome. We appreciate that. Thanks for all the extra hard work you put into making our shows a little bit more watchable. It's giveaway time.
It's hard to do.
It is hard to do,
Hard to
especially
do.
when me and I like hosting the show with you.
Yeah, me too.
We have a great rapport.
Me
I wish
too.
you were on it more.
Tomorrow I'm on with Tim, and I'm like,
Down.
We're down again?
down again. Thanks, Comcast.
Good.
Sorry, everybody.
Rocket Adrift said that they tipped at about 10 o'clock.
Let's take a look.
Look,
They
fool.
did.
Oh, look at that.
They did.
Look at
let's
that.
see here. Hold on.
Rocket Adrift.
Hey, I think we have to restart OBS.
Could we?
The show's almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. We'll just get through it. You guys can restart it during the
Okay.
break, maybe.
Here, do you want to type into here? I'll type right here.
Why don't you type in there that we're working on that?
Okay.
I'm gonna type in. We're gonna finish out the show. Can I just do voice chat?
You probably could.
Hey, Kev. Hey, Nick. Are we doing that?
Going
last
to
story?
finish out the show.
What's that?
Are we going to do that last story?
No, we're done with the
Nah.
stories for now.
Okay.
Go ahead and get those. I'm going to read this last tip, which was from Rocket Adrift at 10 o'clock. I apologize. You guys inspire me and my best friends to make our own animated series called The Infringers, which is about 3 subpar superheroes. Thanks. Here's the link. Well, that's fun. I'll watch that later. Thank you for that.
Cool. I had such a passion for animating stuff, and I'm like, this is just really time consuming.
It's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of ups and downs with our animated show. I love doing the animated show. It's super fun, but it is fucking time.
I have so many animated shorts that I never finished because I just never found the time for it.
Oh man,
It sucks.
Oh man, it's giveaway time. How do you get entered to win in the giveaway? Well, we give away a game each and every day. We reach into some fucking long list that Greg has gotten from all these amazing codes, and we give them to someone in the community. There are 4 ways to be entered into our daily giveaway. 1, you can be in the Twitch chat, which may or may not be down right now. We apologize for that. 2, you can be a Twitch subscriber. How do you become a subscriber? Well, you can give us 5 of your hard-earned dollars, or if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. Every month you have to renew it. It's a pain in the ass. We realize that, but we would appreciate it if you would do that. It really helps a lot. Helps pay the bills. Helps keep the light on. If you don't want to give it to us, give it to someone. Don't let it go to waste. But you have to do it every month. It's annoying. 3, you can go to patreon.com/kindafunny or patreon.com/kindafunnygames and be a supporter at the $2 or above level, and we draw from all 4 of those randomly. Today's giveaway is brought to you by Movement Sunglasses. Where are my shades? It's too bright in here.
My
Too bright.
shades.
Cool, Greg. Can you go get those shades?
Yeah.
Thanks, dog.
I'm kind of
I'm sorry,
shielding.
I can't see anything. It's so bright in here, these lights.
That sucks, man.
You guys know Movement. They reinvented the watch business by selling direct to you with over 1 million watches sold to date. Well, they did it again, except this time with sunglasses. They were tired of having to pay for cheaply made throwaway shades or overpriced designer sunglasses, so they said, screw it. Oh, wait, I can't read the rest of it. It's so bright. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, cool, Greg.
Man,
Here, I gotta put my Movement sunglasses on. They said, screw it. We'll make our own, starting at just $70. Talk about. They have a variety of styles and selection. You can find the perfect pair there. Risk-free. Shipping is free. Free returns. Movement sunglasses start at just $70 with the option to upgrade to polarized. Those overpriced designer brands will run you $200. I have had many a designer brand, and guess what I always end up doing with them? I go to clean them off like a fool, and then I just fucking snap them over.
Yeah.
You know?
And you say, fuck you.
Fuck you, designer brands.
Ray-Bans.
We don't like you.
Ray Romano's.
Ray Romano, actually great in the big sec. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup, providing the best possible price. These are high quality premium acetate frames, no cheap plastic here. You got to see these. They have a lot of styles to choose from: classic, trendy, round, aviator, mirrored, polarized, for him, for her, for everyone. You're sure to find the perfect pair. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns.
15.
15 by going to mvmt.com/kinda. That's movement.com/kinda to get to that 15% off. Join the movement. We appreciate you guys.
The Movement sunglasses are also featured in the Captain America commercial that we recorded for the cap that we were advertising.
Selling a lot of products, guys. Selling a lot of quality
Yeah.
products, just like Movement sunglasses.
Just selling. Hey, who's buying? Who's selling? Sort of
Hey,
thing, you
Papa
know?
Gadooch, Papa Gadooch.
Yeah.
Papa Gadooch.
Now, there's a great comment that I see here from Warren Pulowski. He
Right.
says, I'm still laughing at the fact that the podcast listeners will have no idea what the Python is during your bit where you tell them. That's a great
Oh, the
point.
Python.
That's a great
we
point.
We have a lot of jokes around here that are running jokes. The Python, I'm glad you brought that back.
We have a
'cause I
lot of
totally
good
forgot
jokes
about it.
that don't necessarily work in the audio medium. So we're trying. We got to work on that.
We do.
Yeah.
Or not. Today's giveaway prize is a Walk in the Dark on Xbox One. And this will go to Kinda Funny Games patron Josh Squires. Josh
Squires.
Congratulations, you have won a Walk in the Dark on
Squires.
Xbox One, courtesy of Movement Sunglasses. Join the movement. We appreciate you so much. Now we will go into the old patented 3 and 3. We'll take 3 questions, comments, concerns, funny comments, perverted comments from non-subscribers, and then we'll go to the chosen few, the subscribers, for some comments, and then we're out.
I saw somebody wanted me to sing Buddy Holly by Weezer. Oh, we all look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, and a Mary Tyler. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. That's the way it ends.
Ryan Santilli says, Andy, do you see the Cowboys making it out of the first round of the playoffs this year?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell with football, man. There can be one injury that just ruins the whole season. I'd like to say that yes, they do, because they, wanted to improve their defense, and that was their weak link last year. And I think I think we'll be fine, but we're not really going to do anything deep into the playoffs. Now, I say we when the team is good, but when the team is bad, I say they're not going to do great.
It's always a
I
pet
take the
peeve.
onus off of me.
This is a thing of mine, and I got to work on it. I know I know I'm going to spit out some ill-viled hate right now, but I can't stand when people say "we"
When they talk about
regarding
their
a sports team.
Sure.
Unless they currently play on that sports team, it should be they.
I am very open about
It should be they.
I am very open about it. I say we when we're good.
Yeah. It's like kids. It's like when the kid's doing good, he's my kid.
Spurs
When he's
are
not,
good.
He's your fucking kid.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Catching 17 says, Nick, ready for the Connor fight? I am. Is Connor? We'll see what happens there. We're actually going to be in Vegas at the GameStop Expo on the 26th. If you guys are in Vegas or around that, you guys should grab a ticket and come see us. We'll be streaming live from the show floor on that Sunday. But I will be watching the Connor fight at some point. I don't know where. I'm sure there's a bar somewhere I can pay to get into that's going to show the fight. Either that or we'll rent it in the hotel.
With your
room and
tiny
get pizza.
head.
Your fucking tiny head, and your tiny hands, and your tiny body, and your tiny pee-pee.
Now he was saying that about. I think he was saying that about Nate Diaz before he got knocked the fuck out. That's my problem with this whole fight. Is that like?
First off,
here's my problem.
he never
with
got
it.
knocked out.
No,
by
he
Nate
got.
Diaz.
He lost though.
He got choked out by Nate Diaz.
My problem with it is like.
And then he went 5 rounds with Nate Diaz the next time.
This fight should only be great if like Conor was like 190-0. And then he was like, I'm going to go against Floyd Mayweather. But he already lost at his own sport. That's my problem with this.
First off, my hair's, it needs more vol.
Sure.
Hold on, I need to turn up the fucking volume on my hair
Let's
right now,
fucking
my
take it
friend.
up to 11.
Oh, that's about a good solid 6. My hair, I gotta get a haircut. I get so fucking tired of having long hair. First off, Conor McGregor is one of the greatest fighters ever lived.
Sure.
Second off, Conor McGregor loses, or did lose because he takes big chances, which is what makes him one of the most exciting fighters to watch. You want to watch a person who never takes chances and is super strategic about it? Watch a Tyron Woodley fight. It's super fucking boring. Conor McGregor took that fight with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz outweighed him by like 20 pounds in that first one. I could be wrong. I might have made that up. But I'm pretty sure Nate Diaz took the fight late. He was overweight. They did a catch fight weight. They did it. It didn't work out so well for Conor. Conor trained like a fucking madman and won the next fight.
Sure.
Okay? He's gonna lose this Mayweather fight, probably. But if he doesn't, it'll be fucking hilarious. And it'll just serve more and more to legitimize MMA as the most amazing sport on the planet. We're all gonna win. See, it doesn't work for MMA, because he's one fucking guy. I can't be like, Conor's gonna win, we're gonna win. You know why we're gonna win? Because I watched him. It's fucking cool. I bought the pay-per-view,
I
so
rooted
support
for him, yeah.
Yeah, fucking whatever. All right, next question. Nick, how's shooting Cooking with Greggy going? Good, we're actually prepping that and shooting it this weekend, so you'll probably see a lot of tweets about that. We're gonna shoot over at Greg's house. Got lots of fun recipes that we're gonna share with everyone. Let's go into subscriber-only mode, because we are getting long in the tooth on this.
It's a long tooth. A lot of tooth decay on it. A lot of plaque.
Uh-oh, I screwed that up.
A lot of
Subscribers. The room is now in subscribers-only mode. I actually figured out how to do it. That's fucking awesome. Oh, Nick, have you heard that Overboard is getting a remake with roles reversed? Anna Faris is playing Kurt Russell's role. I think we're gonna do a GOG topic one of these days on movies that can't exist in today's
What movie?
market. Overboard.
I've never seen it.
It's very creepy. It's basically a movie where Kurt Russell kidnaps Goldie Hawn because she has amnesia, and he tells her, like, she falls off a boat and loses her memory, and she was a super big dick to him because he's like a carpenter and she's like super rich, and so he pretends that she's his wife, but she doesn't remember any of the kids, and then in doing so makes her into a better person. All the while, he's keeping this poor girl hostage in his house with these horrible fucking kids of his, and it's very creepy. But at the end of it, she loves him, so I guess it works out. I guess, long story short, the moral of the movie is you can kidnap people as long as they go deep into Stockholm Syndrome and love you afterward. And it's totally legal.
What's the movie with Kurt Russell where he's on vacation with his wife and then a trucker stops to help them out with their vehicle that broke down, and the trucker like kidnaps his wife and takes him back to like a compound where his wife is then kept and Kurt Russell's on this mission to fucking save her.
We're talking about Breakdown?
Yes, Breakdown.
Probably
Yes,
Breakdown,
you are talking
yeah.
about
Good
Breakdown.
movie.
So
Good
good.
movie.
So good.
Holy shit, that was a good movie.
We should just have a Kurt Russell talking.
Mystery Ass Man 300 says, I'm sorry, Nostalgic Ninja says, finally watched Blade Runner for the first time yesterday. Definitely a piece of its time. Couldn't get into it as much, but so excited for the sequel.
That's understandable.
It is. It's a very slow movie. Maybe
Yeah.
back then it was a very slow movie. It's a cerebral, deep-cut science fiction movie. Not a lot of action.
And
so.
do you think Kyrie might end up on the Spurs? Probably not, because the Spurs like players who want to pass the ball and don't need the ball 100% of the time.
Pat Landry, 1980, says, Nick, with you taking a lot of care about what you eat, you should listen to the latest podcast of Adam Ruins Everything, where he talks with one of the guys from The Biggest Loser. Very interesting. I would actually like to hear that. The Biggest Loser is one of those shows where I feel like for as much good as it does, it might also do bad. Because it's one of those things where it's like, you got to do this really extreme regimen to lose all this weight. And then I'm like, that's hard to sustain. It's really difficult to sustain those workouts and to really be that diligent and to try to lose
Like once the show's over, they're going to go back to
that's my problem. It's like,
yeah.
if you only have 3 months to lose all this weight or 2 months and you only give yourself that, like, is that bad for your psyche? Or are you going to then just bounce back on that third month and go fucking crazy? That's something I struggle with a lot. Where I want to get everything done, I want to get it done tomorrow. When I don't, I get disappointed, and so that's why I'm taking the next 6 months to hit my fitness goals, and that way it allows a little room for error, a little room for cheating, and a little room for like, hey, I want to have a pizza, you know, it's not gonna make me cry.
On a similar note, kind of a good point by Luke Shot First, says Andy is like a sexy Doberman.
He is like a dog.
Yeah.
You are. Final question from the chat today says, is from Titan Meteor, says, Nick, tell Andy the story of Kurt Russell's movie, Captain Ron. Have you seen Captain Ron?
I have not, no.
Kurt Russell plays a captain who is of a boat who is contracted by Martin Short and his family to take them around the Caribbean. But he's a fuck-up. But his family loves him more than Martin Short, and Martin Short doesn't like him at first, so they're at odds, and then they start learning from each other. But there's a great line where they get attacked by pirates, and Martin Short goes, what do you mean pirates? And he goes, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
How old is this movie?
That's it for the show
Good
today,
show,
ladies
guys.
and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. I believe Andy and Tim will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Stick around for Andrea and Greg. They'll be here with Kind of Funny Games Daily. But in the interim, as we are resetting up for that show, I will be reading subscribers. I love you. We'll see you soon.
I'm Jiminy Glick.
I'm Jimmy Glick.
I'm Jimmy Glick.